It's rough.
Kyle Larson, one of the drivers that will be making his Camping World Truck Series debut tonight, but he'll have to go to the back of the field because he was a driver who had a problem shifting during practice earlier, over-revved the engine. They had to change the motor on that.
Yeah, we talked about Kyle Larson going back there with him. He's not quite as experienced at this mile-and-a-half racing as Ty Dillon is. He's only moved up a few spots from his starting spot.
How about young Kyle Larson has been able to make the move up to the 15th position after starting in the back?
Not bad. Just like Johnny Sauter, that's a good move for that kid.
Kyle Larson also as well started in the back. Remember, he made that engine change. He's been very quiet on the radio, but two young drivers, very impressive so far, are the 4 and the 22.
Talked about Kyle Larson moving up from the back. He's kind of plateaued right now at that 15th spot just behind Todd Bodine.
Yeah, Todd got around Kyle on the last lap, so Todd, rebounding from that spin, has a fast truck. He's making his way back toward the front. This time when we give you gas, Phil, we're going to give you some tires to go along with them, so should be a lot better this time.
Nice job by Cale Gale to get by Jeff Agnew.
That's why you can't ever decide which way you're going to go till you get there. You see the drivers make decisions right at the last second. If you just say, I'm going low, that could be bad. You better just wait as long as you can before you make that final decision which way you're going.
Saw Kyle Larson also making an evasive move to the high side to get by.
Looked like he was pretty much up beside Justin.
Look at this young man, Kyle Larson. He just snakes his way through there.
Wow.
He said, they don't do this on a quarter mile. This is crazy out here.
At 155 miles an hour.
Look at him snake through there. And also Cale Gale, Dakota Armstrong, all those guys doing a great job.
Tim George missing Dakota.
Just outside the top 10, that kid, Kyle Larson, is up to the 11th spot from the back of the pack. That's so cool to watch a young man show up here and be able to race with these guys. Not only race with them, but race through them. He's come all the way up to 11th. There he is.
And again, a young man, Kyle Larson, just 19 years old, out of Elk Grove, California.
Some pretty good company there. He's got Jason Leffler, the 18 truck, and Ty Dillon right in front of him. Doing a great job here for his first ever start.
How about the 4 of Kyle Larson? He's going to pass Jason Leffler
into the top 10.
So a great run by Kyle Larson.
I'm telling you guys, I saw this young man down in the garage area earlier today, and I didn't know who he was at first, and I didn't think he was old enough to have a license yet. And then you hear about all the racing he's doing, winning races in the K&N Series, racing sprint cars and midgets all over the country, and certainly knows how to drive one of these trucks. And you can see there he's a young man and doing a great job.
And amazingly enough, a lot of times when a driver will make their first start in the Camping World Truck Series, it's going to be on a short track. But not with Kyle Larson. He's on a mile-and-a-half, very fast racetrack, very tough. And he's running very well.
I think what enabled him to do that is the fact that he ran the ARCA race at Michigan, a 2-mile track, just a couple weeks ago.
You could hear the spotter giving him a lot of advice, and that's great advice he's getting right there. He said, did you see the 18 get loose under the 3? Just beware. When you get down there, your truck's going to want to do the same thing. So be steady and be careful, but when you get down on the inside of them, beware.
A learning experience for Kyle Larson. 5. How about a guy breaking into the top 10, though? Kyle Larson now running in the 9th spot, Hermie.
Yeah, Rick, and we talk about how important laps and experience are in this type of racing for a guy like Kyle Larson. Obviously having a very solid night, and he's learning a lot now about what lines to use on the racetrack. And what he did when the 3 truck of Ty Dillon started catching him on the racetrack, he simply moved up the racetrack in turns 1 and 2, took the air off the nose of Ty Dillon, and has slowly started to pull away again. He has a lot of experience on this team with his crew chief, Trent Owens. They're talking to him lap by lap. The only unique thing is they're doing all the talking. The driver's not saying a word, but he is driving a very, very smart race so far.
How about what he has been able to do already this season? 3rd in the K&N East points. He's got a win at Gresham Motorsports Park. Finished 13th in his ARCA debut at Michigan. Looking to improve upon that in his first NASCAR start, at least in the top 3 series here in the Truck Series.
As you can see, he swept the 4 Crown Nationals at Eldora all the same night. That Sprint Cars, Midgets, and Silver Crown. Incredible effort by this young man.
Yeah, nominee for last year's Speed Performer of the Year. Pretty impressive young man. We think it might be the 4 of Kyle Larson that got into that 33. Take a look.
There's Kyle down on the bottom of the racetrack. He gets loose on the bottom, has to chase it up the hill, runs out of room, made contact with Cale.
Watch this job that Cale does. Uses the wall a little bit as an assist. Looks like he's heading in the right direction, but it just was out of control on him. And so close to keeping it out of that wall. Bam, right at the end.
See, Kyle Larson now drives down to the inside. He needs more racetrack because he gets loose down there. He chases it up the hill, then he makes contact with Cale. Watch Parker Kligerman. He had nowhere to go. He got up in the loose stuff and made slight contact with the outside wall.
There's Kyle Larson. Talked about this young man making his start in the Camping World Truck Series, working inside of Miguel Paludo.
It's a battle for the 11th spot.
The last time he was down on the inside of someone, we had a spin off turn 2. So see what Kyle learned from that experience and if he can hang on to it underneath Paludo.
Still a long way to go with this one. 30 laps to go.
Larson a little bit sideways off turn 2. He's clearly a little bit faster than Paludo, but man, finishing that pass is so hard.
See Jason White just in front of the 4 of Kyle Larson.
That's a battle for the 10th spot right there. Kyle Larson had dropped back behind Miguel Paludo. Now he's gotten back by Paludo. Going after Jason White for the 10th spot. The top 10 in your first race would be a good feather in his cap.
Very impressive run for the 4 of Kyle Larson. The 4th spot, Peters is 5th, Sauter and Coulter your top 7.
Sauter held off Coulter for 30 laps. They ran side by side in and out of traffic, and Sauter held him off.
Awesome.
And a top 10 finish for Kyle Larson in his debut in the Camping World Truck Series. Want to take a look at our Ramp Guts and Glory tonight.
This is a pretty good call, Rick. Watch the job this Ford truck of Kyle Larson does, squirting through that little hole and then diving to the bottom and clearing that crash.
There's another view of it. Just slips by the 11 of Todd. And remember, lost the majority of his practice due to an engine change. Had to go all the way back for the start of the race. Start from the back of the pack.
Made the most of his run today. Finishes in the top 10. Let's go down trackside to Ray.
Hermie, from East Cars to 410 sprints, Kyle Larson will drive anything. And tonight you come home in your very first start with a top 10. You satisfied?
Oh yeah. I didn't get much practice, so to get a top 10 in my first truck start with really no laps before today is really satisfying. You know, Trent Owens gave me a great truck with, you know, I got to thank Turner Motorsports and Chip Ganassi for giving me the opportunity to run tonight, and you know, big thanks to those guys, and you know, hope we can get some more races throughout the year.
Do you have a driver's license?
Yeah, I'm almost 20 years old, so I have a driver's license, but got a few speeding tickets, so you know, hopefully don't get my license taken away. But yeah, I'm 20. I know I look like I'm probably 12, but I'm almost 20.
Well, and not only is he 20, guys, but he's also winning lots of races, and he has a great debut tonight, finishing 10th.
How fun was that?
Yeah.
For a good kid.
Smoke, our mailbag question comes from Doug in Maumee, Ohio. He wants to move to the end of the race, and he says, you're leading and trying to block both lanes. What worries you the most, not winning or crashing the field?
More new names. 32, Kyle Larson. 00, Jason White. Larson, the young phenom from California that's won in about everything he's strapped into. His Daytona debut in the Nationwide Series. He ran the ARCA Series race here 7 days ago. He finished second. 3 deep there.
Kyle Larson, you see in that 32, he's doing a great job of pushing Michael in that, but he's pushing some water out also. Can't do that for long.
Talk about a mix of experience levels at Daytona. That's Dale Earnhardt Jr., the 6-time winner here, being pushed by Kyle Larson in that white 32 in his first Daytona Nationwide start.
Pretty quiet the first half of the race, but now he's making a little bit of noise. A lot of high expectations for this driver, young Kyle Larson.
You can see Kenseth kind of got over, sidetracked a little bit on the 32 of Kyle Larson. Had to get out of the gas, it looked like, for just a second. Now he's lost that group and the back bumper of Dale Earnhardt Jr. for the moment.
Trevor Bayne looking to pick up Larson in the draft.
Alan, as you pointed out, you have to be impressed with what Kyle Larson's done here today. Limited amount of experience. Ran the ARCA race here just a week ago. But when drivers have talent, you know, it really comes through, and they don't mind. They really enjoy the challenge of figuring out something new, and he's doing a terrific job here so far.
Larson running right now in 6th position with Trevor Bayne there in 7th, making a run to the outside.
Now Kyle Larson, 20 years old, 2nd place position right now in his first ever Nationwide Series race. Now, a lot of you out there probably have heard of him, some maybe not. He is unbelievable. Tony Stewart, Jeff Gordon, both say he is the future. He's been great on the radio, and he's at the front of the field, Doc.
Kyle Larson. I'm sorry, Alan, but Kyle Larson, I'm just watching him that 32. He's got nobody on his bumper, and there he is battling, trying to get up there with the 2 guys that are leading the race now. Yeah, that was really nice to watch Kyle Larson let the 77 get down in front of him where they could get hooked back up. They look like they've been doing this forever.
Regan Smith 7. Keselowski 22. Stewart 33. And contact. Smith turned around. Tony Stewart is going to win this race. What a terrible crash coming to the finish.
This is a big wreck.
Kyle Larson's car with the front end severely torn off. He's bailing out of the car. Part of that car did pierce the catch fencing, shy of the start-finish line. You see some of the others involved. In this situation, as the field came to the checkered flag, watch the white 32 car. And again, Kyle Larson did climb from that machine. Unfortunately, we saw Kyle Larson climb from his car after that crash when his car was just torn apart. And let's check with Doc.
Well, here's the best part of the day. This is the best news of the day, particularly someone like me that's been a trauma and ER doctor most of my life. Kyle, glad to see you're okay. You look good. How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel good. Just not sure where everything ended up on the racetrack. I hope all the fans are okay and, you know, all the drivers all right. I know I took a couple big hits there and saw my engine was gone. So just hope everybody's all right. And I was disappointed. It looks like they got me 13th on the board, and we had a lot better car than that. We were, you know, charging the front a lot of the time, and actually got to lead a couple laps too, and, you know, draft with Junior and Keselowski and guys like that. So it was a lot of fun today, and you know, just want to thank all my sponsors, Clorox, all the Turner sponsors, Turner Scott sponsors. I really want to thank, you know, Butler Built for building really safe seats and our eye helmets and the hybrid safety solutions device. There's been a lot of great changes in safety, so I just want to thank everybody.
Take us through what you remember inside the car. I mean, you get hit from behind, we see the car getting up and then in the fence. So what were you thinking? What were you feeling at the time?
Well, I was getting pushed from behind, I felt like, and by the time my spotter said, you know, lift or go low, I think he said it was too late, and I was in the wreck, and then, you know, felt like it was slowing down, and then looked like I could see the ground or something like that, and then, you know, had some flames come in the cockpit, but, you know, luckily I was all right and could get out of the car quick.
Certainly glad he is okay. The car is sheared in half, but he is able to walk away. What amazing, Alan, amazing.
To run up front, and this weekend we're much different than Kansas. And Charlotte's a fun racetrack, high bank. You get to put it on the white line up on the top side. We're going to do our best tonight to execute and have a nice smooth night and drive our Furniture Row Chevy to victory lane. Just want to thank all the fans for tuning in.
Look back through the top 15, now top 20 there. Kyle Larson, the youngster from California, making his NASCAR Sprint Cup Series debut and doing pretty darn well, Doc.
Indeed he is, and I talked to him a little bit ago before the race that, you know, he knows he's carrying the torch for legions of short track friends, all those dirt track racers who wanted to chase their dreams someday and come to NASCAR. Well, here's a young man who has done it at the age of 21. He said expectation tonight, maybe a top 20. But when I spoke with Chip Ganassi, he said, oh, no, this kid is that good. We can run in the top 15, if not better. Right now, he's 12th, and he says, you know what? Don't change anything on the car except tires. I'm learning. We're going to get better and better. He's already moving up.
So that's Larson, 21-year-olds. Again, I mentioned from California in his NASCAR Sprint Cup Series debut. So 16 cars on the lead lap. I mentioned Kyle Larson getting the free pass to come back around. All all of the chasers except Greg Biffle and Joey Logano.
You know, he has won every other mile-and-a-half track. He didn't win at Kansas. This is the other. Hendrick Motorsports, what more can you say about them other than dominant tonight?
Oh, they've been strong. They obviously winning the pole position and then running out front. That guy right there, Jimmy Johnson, they ran the most laps in practice. They've taken this race seriously, and he's dominating it right now.
The Hendrick Motorsports cars, very good. The Hendrick engines, perhaps a few issues tonight, starting with the 14 of Mark Martin. He blew up earlier.
Yeah, Mark Martin's running Hendrick engines in that Tony Stewart car right there. He blew up big time. You see that just oil all over Jimmy Johnson's windshield. And just now, Kyle Larson with a Hendrick Motorsports engine in that 51. It just blew up. They're pushing the car behind the wall as we speak.
And, you know,